What's up, guys? We're gonna roll beats. Today I'm gonna show you guys to make some aggressive trap beats. With that being said, let's just hop into the video right here. So 155 for my BPM. We're gonna be starting with our texture. This is the sound I have. If you want to use any sounds that I have, everything will be linked for you. You already know the drill. So I'm gonna grab in a scale. You could do a D sharp minor. I don't know. So do like an E. I haven't done an E before, or in a minute at least. So let's go in here, and this is gonna be real quick, right? This is very simple. All we need to do is, what are we in E? So maybe like right here, and we're gonna pull this over because we want this to be aggressive, right? So we want to play the notes multiple times. So what we can do is just make our fifth or our regular chord like this, and then to change the color or like the sound of this, you can move this around on these notes, right? Simple as that. And then what I would do here is just kind of trying to find a pattern that I like. I'll make this a little bit larger for you. So we could do something simple because of course we want something dark. So and then let's make a chord upward, see what that sounds like, and then we can just copy this over. I think that's fine. So we're gonna copy this over a few times and then copy this over like so. And then for this, we're gonna go down 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Matter of fact, let me see. Let's do this so we can have more of a like nice bass line. All right, so I like that. If you wanted to just use the down 5 thing and just leave it like this, you can. But I want my bass line to be just slightly more melodic than just that. So this is what I'm rolling with. So let's go ahead and move on to the next sound. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and do our string. So this is where we're gonna get that aggressive sound from. We just want like sounds with a lot of energy or that pierces the ear easily. So I just picked this one. So for this, I'm gonna shrink this in a little bit. All we need to do is really, we can just kind of play around with the notes like this, right? You can just kind of go up and down, something like that. I'm gonna adjust this so it sounds a little bit better. And then we could probably copy it over, and then I don't know, let's make like a chord here or something. And I think that's fine, honestly. And we can just copy that over a few times, and then we can adjust this to go along with our bass line we made. Matter of fact, maybe we can keep that there. Let's see. Yeah, it's fine. All right, so that is like our, I guess this is our main melody, I guess, because it's kind of overtaking our texture. So let's go ahead and add our key. Next up, we have our key. So I like to use this sound specifically for like this little type of this little like background melody. So pretty much we're just gonna go up the scale like this, and then we'll put delay on it in the effects section, and it'll sound pretty good. So I'll show you how to do it. It's really easy. It's kind of like a no-brainer. So you go to 1/6 and you're done. That's all you got to do. Go to 1/6 beat, find out where you want to put it. You could put the metronome on too. All right, so it's kind of like an organ. You just use it like an organ roll, and let me see. Of course we want something dark. Oops. And then what you could do is just copy this to the next section like so, and just kind of use some of these little notes in here. And I'm gonna take these, pull these up, and probably switch it. And we haven't put effects on these sounds yet, so we need to mute some of them so you can hear this. I think that sounds pretty good. It's not too melodic, it's not too dark. So I'm gonna switch this back and just copy it over like this. All right, pretty simple. Let's move on to our flute. Now lastly, we have our flute. So this is the flute that I'm using, if you can see. Okay, for this one I'm gonna keep it simple because I feel like with all the sounds that we have, it's just a lot going on. So I'm gonna try to add this one just very, let me see, there we go. So maybe we can add something here. Let's do a 1/3 to kind of match that last key we used. Let's do. Yeah, probably a little slower actually. I don't want this to be too crazy, just kind of like there. Okay, I think that's good. And we just copy this over to the next part and change the notes up. So now we can keep it there. It's not a big deal. I'm gonna copy this over, try to put it in the right spot. There we go. Okay, I think that's good. We're gonna put effects on that anyway, so you won't, it'll just be like an element. It won't be like a main part of the melody. So let's go ahead and add some effects now. Now I'm gonna just show you the effects that I loaded up. So for the texture, usually I just load up a Portal preset, and this is the preset I usually use, Trifecta Synthwave. Okay, and this is what it sounds like off and on. This makes it sound a little bit darker, and I boosted the highs for that just to make it pop a little bit more. For the strings, EQ, and you can kind of adjust your EQ however you want. But you got an EQ there, halftime, 23 ms for the sustain, and then 1/4. And it gave me a nice little pattern, and on top we did a little reverb, basic reverb, 61%. Okay, this is what it sounds like off and on. All right, and I need to reset this so that it plays on time. And then after that we have our key. So this is the little, let me see, just take a while to play probably. All right, so that we just have a default delay. This is default settings, an EQ. And this is a melody melter preset that I have. So you can kind of copy it, or you can kind of use the same thing. Oops, wrong thing. You can use this. It's the same. It's kind of the same thing. It's just this was a custom preset I already had, so I just load that up. And then just a reverb on top. So for the reverb, you cut the lows, increase the decay, and decrease the dry. And this is what we get now. And I'll try to play this. I know it's really hard to hear. I probably could boost it a little bit. Okay. And then for the flute, I just have a thermal, bouncing filter, an infrared, and then a supermassive preset. And that's a custom preset. Where's this at? Violin. Yeah, it's one of these. All right, there we go. And I'll just play a solo. Pretty simple. All right, so that's it for the effects. Nothing too crazy. I tried to go for more stock stuff for these, but let's go ahead and add the drums so we can finish the beat. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and start the drum. So this should be pretty easy. We're just gonna take what we have here and throw in the 808s, shift it, and then I usually just like to mute everything. Let's make sure we're back here. And we really can just copy this down here like so. Let me see. And then for the snare, we could just do something like this and then go to bar and just pull it up. And then for the hi-hats, I would just literally do something like this. I don't know why it goes all the way across the whole bar. And I don't know, we can go to 1/4. It'd be real simple. Doesn't have to be crazy. Chop this up and pull this down. That's too much. I think the beat even right now sounds fine the way it is, right? For a simple trap beat, I think this is fine, but let's add everything else. So we have like these for like the low for the, oops. So we have these for like the low part, like the verse, right? So. Obviously add that part in for the more high energy part. But that's it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.